Hi! Hello everyone! Welcome back to another video. My name is Tali and welcome to the Reading Rush TBR. Before I state what the Reading Rush is and before I start sharing all the books that I'm going to be reading for the Reading Rush, I wanted to share a book that just got delivered to my house, and it is from Canon Rebel. Oops, you guys can't see my address. So I'm just going to open it really fast. I know they had a lot of orders, so it took a little while to get here. That's totally fine because it just got here, and that's okay as long as we're supporting our Black communities, our Black owned bookstores. So the book that I got from there was White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. Ordered this one like maybe a while back. It smells good. It is an examination of the system of white supremacy which binds us all Americans. Ordered this one from Canon Rebel. I will put the link down below of their website. It's such a cute bookstore because it's a feminist Black owned bookstore. I will be ordering a bunch of other books from other Black owned businesses. Let's get started with the Reading Rush. So for the Reading Rush, it is a whole week of reading for readers all around the world, and it starts on July 20th and ends July 26th. Yes, I got it right. This is my third time joining and it's super fun. You get to earn badges, there's merch as well, there's journals, there's mugs, and there's also bookmarks. They also have a Reading Rush book club, and for this year they're going to be reading Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed, and that one tells the story of a young Black woman who is wrongly accused of kidnapping while babysitting and the events that follow it. But it sounds like a really good book to read in a book club. Now that I've stated a little bit about what the Reading Rush is, I'm going to be talking about the challenges. There are 7 challenges for the Reading Rush. That's the whole point about it, and just coming together and reading as a whole community and also around the world. So you get to pick 7 books that are related to the challenges, and yeah, let's get started. So the first one is to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. I was born in August. I'm an August baby, and my birthstone is a color lime green. What is it called? What is it? Oh my gosh, I forgot my birthstone. Petal? Yeah, my birthstone is peridot. I just knew that it was lime green. I totally forgot what it was called. I don't really pay attention to the birthstones color. For that challenge, I'm going to be reading Little Woman by Louisa May Alcott, and this is a pretty long book. It has around 700 pages, but I will also be reading this book for a second challenge, and that challenge is to read a book that inspired a movie you've already seen. I've already seen Little Woman, the 2019 film, and it was so amazing. I have read a Little Woman in the past when I was in elementary. My elementary is named after Louisa May Alcott, so it's been a long time that I haven't read Little Woman, and when I was a kid I practically didn't understand anything about romance, and I wanted to read it as an adult now. That movie inspired me to read the book, and I finally ordered it. So yeah, I'm going to be reading Little Woman for 2 challenges. The third challenge, it is to read a book that starts with the word the. For this one, I'm going to be reading The With Sun Daughters, and this one is by Carrie Mastroianni. This one has not been released yet. It will be released on August of this year, and I'm very excited to read it because it is about a ghost named Jane, and she is living in a house where the With Sun daughters live, and she's basically like kind of overseeing these girls who have family secrets. They're also going through a struggle of an unplanned pregnancy, and this ghost Jane, she's seeing all of this and she's recalling her own fights when she was alive. Yeah, this one, it is only 200 pages, so I'm probably gonna be able to read it in one night, hopefully. Since the reading rush, it is 1 week. Hopefully I don't take that long with this one. So the fourth challenge is to read the first book you touch. That challenge, I'm going to be reading City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book of the Mortal Instruments series. It's the first book that I touched, so I didn't film it for you guys. I promise that this is the first book that I touched. But yeah, so City of Ashes, it is the second book of the Mortal Instruments, and I'm not gonna go too much into detail about it. Fifth challenge is to read a book completely outside of your house. For that one, I'm going to be reading Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I will be reading it outside of my garden somewhere in the shade since it's been really hot lately. I will also be reading this one for the sixth challenge, and that is to read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of. And I did begin reading classics back in the day in middle school, but then I completely stopped because I became obsessed with horror and mystery and thrillers, and I've always wanted to read more of classics, so I'll be reading this one for 2 challenges as well. And I'm so excited. So the last challenge is to read a book that takes place in a different continent than where you live. So for this one, it was kind of hard. I'm going to be reading Street Music by Timothy Hallinan, and it takes place in Thailand. So Rafferty's handmade intercultural family is disrupted in complicated ways by the birth of his son, littering their small Bangkok apartment with emotional landmines. At the same time, the most cantankerous member of the small gang of old Bangkok hands who hang out at the expat bar suddenly goes missing under suspicious circumstances. Engaged in the search for the missing American and the challenges of life with a newborn, Rafferty misses the fact that he's being followed by someone who puts his whole life in Thailand at risk. A book about poverty and homelessness and corruption and crime, which takes place in Bangkok, Thailand, and I'm very interested to read this one. It is 366 pages. And yeah, that's the book that I'll be reading for the 7th challenge. Not only will I be reading 5 books for the 7 challenges, I will also be reading 2 extra books that I recently ordered. I'm also going to be reading Dear Martin by Nick Stone, and I'll also be reading All American Boys by Jason Reynolds and Brendan Keeley. So these books, I will be reading them before the reading rush begins. I know we have 2 weeks for the reading rush to begin. All American Boys, it is 308 pages. So these are YA novels. So that is all. Those are all the books that I'll be reading. That is all for today. Those are all the books that I'll be reading for the Reading Rush TBR, and 2 additional books that I'll be reading before the Reading Rush begins. Let me know if you guys are going to be joining the Reading Rush. What books are you going to be reading for the TBR? If you guys enjoyed this video, I will talk to you guys later and have a great week. Bye.